Hi guys, welcome to another video in the Doctors Are In series. This is a collaboration series between Irit Landgraf and myself. We're two scrappers who happen to be doctors in our day jobs. I'm a psychologist and she's a physician. From two different continents, give you two different takes on solutions to what ails your creative body and soul. So today, I'm starting with a question that we received from our last Doctors Are In series. And so the problem is, here is a problem I'd love the doctors to tackle. How do I rejuvenate my old stash and stretch it to go further? Maybe that's two problems. I have a minimal budget, like zero, and a limited stash. I recently did some shopping at a crop, so I have a few new things, but it's mostly just bits and pieces of collections and almost no paper. My budget is tapped out until the next crop I attend in 6 months. I'm wondering how I can rejuvenate my old stash to keep it fun and exciting. To keep it fun and exciting, incorporate the newer items I was able to find, and then stretch it to all last me for a while. My stash needs a facelift, a little physical therapy, and maybe some counseling on teamwork. That is a great question. So our clinic this weekend is going to focus on rejuvenating old stash and trying to mix in a few new items with some old items. So I went into my old stash and I have this collection here from Basic Grey. It's called Olivia, and it was a really great collection. When I got it, I really enjoyed working with it. It has all these beautiful florals, and this is what the piece of paper, this is what the summary page looks like. And you can see that a lot of these papers are more distressed than what is typical for my style. And so I struggled a little bit to use this collection when I first got it, but I did make a couple of layouts with it, and then it has been sitting in my stash, and it's a shame because I really love it. I have purged my stash a couple of times, and I keep hanging on to it because there are so many things about this collection that I love. So I thought that this clinic was a great opportunity for me to try to figure out how to rejuvenate this collection right here. So that's the paper that I have. The main paper that I have is just whatever scraps I have left over from the Olivia collection. I also have the stickers from that collection, and it looks like there's a different collection of stickers here. Yeah, these are from Offbeat, so I'm probably not going to use those, although I might pull in the greens. They might kind of match depending on what I need. But I have a couple of full page pieces of this Olivia collection. So I have 3 or 4, I guess I have 4 full sheets of it. And then I have a whole lot of scraps. It looks like some of this might be from Out of Print too. This might be from Out of Print, which was another collection that came out right around that time that I really liked. So I really like these cute little critters that came in this collection. I also really like the cute sketchy handwriting of words that are in different places on it, like this one here. So lots and lots of scraps I have. So I have those papers, and I have, like I said, I'm probably not going to use these, so I'll take those out. And then I have the element stickers, of which I've only used 1 or 2. I guess I've used 2 of them, so that is, so I have plenty of those left. And then more scraps in this little pocket right here. This pocket page, by the way, is a Creative Memories project pocket, and I just cut the tab off of the top of it so that it fit in the place that I was storing it. So lots of patterned paper scraps and patterned papers for me to work with. And I also had the letter stickers as well. And I've only used a couple of them by the look of it. And what I do when I get 12 by 12 sheets of flat stickers is I usually figure out a way to cut them in half. And as you can see, when it comes to these kinds of letter sheets, that doesn't necessarily mean like cutting a straight line down. I do the best that I can to cut it in half so that they'll fit in my letter sticker storage. So that's why they're cut in half like that. So I might use those letter stickers, although I probably will use letter stickers as my chance to bring in something new to freshen it up. Then I also, so this is from 2010, and then this collection here is the Basic Gray Basics collection. It's from 2009, and I bought this collection specifically to use for backgrounds. And I don't have all of it here. I have more than just these sheets, but I've pulled out, I guess, 4 different potential background pieces of paper, just so that I don't, because there's so few, because there's so little left of the Olivia collection, I didn't want to have to rely on using a full sheet of that for my background. So this one will be challenging, and I'm not entirely sure that I'm even going to try to use this one as a background. I have a couple of ideas for how to use this background piece, but I might not take that on for this particular project this weekend. But these 3 all are very feasible, easy to use backgrounds. Now, as I mentioned, they're quite a bit grungier than what I'm used to, so I will talk about what I might do to address that. I might just kind of go with it because this collection does have a real grungy look to it. And so one option is to just go with the grunge and say, okay, this page is going to be a little bit different than my regular style, and that's okay. Or I might do something to freshen it up. So those are my older supplies that I'm going to use. And so I thought to myself, how can I freshen this collection up and make it look more updated in terms of closer to what I'm usually using these days? So I went to my most recent acquisitions, which for me include the Cute Girl collection. That's one of my more recent new collections. It's not brand spanking new, but it's pretty new. So over the summer I got Cute Girl. I also got Saturday from Dear Lizzie. And so the reason I picked these things to update this collection is that the Cute Girl stuff, so I have the die cuts here, and I didn't pick any new paper because of the question focused on the idea of them having lots of paper in their stash from old papers, and they wanted to update it with new embellishments. So I tried to only pick new embellishments, not new papers. And so this die cut set comes with just updated images, but it fits the theme. So it's also very cutesy. So there's some cutesy images in this, and there's cutesy images in this. And there's also lots of dark, kind of high contrast in this, and there's lots of dark contrast in this one as well. Now, where they're very different is that this collection has a very clean, crisp feel, and this collection has a very grungy feel. So I'm going to struggle with that, but I'm going to try to see what I can do to make it work. Also from the Cute Girl collection, I thought these tassels, they're pretty new kinds of embellishments in scrapbooking. So I thought I might want to try to use these. I'm not entirely sure. Also, the Cute Girl collection came with these cute little brads. Now, brads are not new, but these look kind of like enamel shapes, and enamel shapes are pretty new to scrapbooking. So if I take the backs off of them, which is usually how I use these, I just get a file and I stick it under there and I pry this off, and I just use them as little enamel shapes. So that's another great way to update a page, is to just think about, well, what has come out lately, what's trendy and what came out lately, and use some of those things. And another thing that's very trendy is the brush script. And so I picked these letter stickers because they're from the Dear Lizzie Saturday collection, and they have that brush script on it, and that's very trendy these days. And so I thought I would see if I might be able to incorporate those as a way to update it. And I'm only going to make 2 pages, so I'm certainly not going to use all of this stuff. The idea here is not that I have a kit that I'm trying to kill, as much as it is just I want to have some options for how to update this. So then another thing that's pretty new, chipboard isn't new, but these little tags really caught my eye this year in the new releases, when CHA showed all the new releases, because they're so different and unique. And so I thought these, I'm not entirely sure that the color scheme matches, but I pulled them out because they strike me as a newish item on the market. Another trend that's really new is the black and white trend, and so I pulled out my black and white kit from Freckled Fawn, and there are these black and white labels and black and white chipboard word phrases and these cameras like puffy stickers. Puffy stickers are certainly new. Well, they're old. Everything old is new again, right? Well, I thought that these foily, gold foily epoxy stickers would be really, really cute with this collection. And there's some wood veneer and some washi tape in there as well. So I thought that that might be a nice way to update this stuff. Now this collection has an inky blue as it's dark, and this is black. So I'm not, you know, I'm not entirely sure that that'll work, but I have it as an option. So those are my kind of brand new things that I'm going to try to use to freshen this up. So then I just went to my loose embellishment stash and I picked out some other new-ish things, some new trends, and I tried to just pick colors that I thought would work with some colors and shapes that I thought would work with what I already have picked out here. So bows are a new trend, and I am in love with bows. So I grabbed a couple of different bows from a couple of different collections here. Some glitter bows, some paper bows, and some ribbon bows. And using bows is something that I really love, and so that will be a nice way to take this collection and update it. I also have some of these resin flowers, which aren't really new. These are from Stampin' Up, and they're several years old. They might be almost as old as this stuff here, but the colors work, and this is very floral, and so I thought that having some flowers on hand might be nice. I have these little Prima, I don't know what these are, if they're ceramic or plastic or resin or what they are. So these are from Prima, and I've used them on a couple of different layouts over the year. I think I got them about a year ago. And again, because they're a little bit grungy, but they're also white, I think that they have the potential to freshen up a page that has a lot of the darker grunginess and still be have that grungy look. I also just grabbed this camera because it's from Freckled Fawn as well, and it's just adorable and sparkly and pink, and I just liked it, so I thought that I'd maybe use that. And then I have some things that are middle-aged. So I have these, I'm pretty sure that these are from Freckled Fawn as well, and they're quite old, but the color scheme is very nice with some of the blues in this. So you'll see that blue works with the blue that's in the dots, and that blue shows up in a couple of different places in this. So for example, I'll just show how those stars look on that piece of paper, for example. So they coordinate quite nicely. And this is, you know, these are newer than this, but not much. And then I also just grabbed some of these sequin embellishments because they were in my stash, and I thought maybe I could use them up to add pops of either black or white, or who knows. So this is what I am using as my kit for this weekend's clinic. So check us out this weekend. I'm going to have 2 pages that I'm going to make with this, and Irit has 2 pages. She has her own kit that she picked from her stash, and she has her own 2 pages. She already has hers done, so I'm going to get to work and get mine finished before this weekend. So take care and have a really great scrappy week.